Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the week of reviews with our look at another Cowboy Junkies, with another Cowboy Junkies review. This time, we're going to review their first ever live DVD, or their first ever DVD, and it also has a CD, so it's a CD and DVD combo titled Open Road. This was recorded during the Open Road Tour of 2001, and it was released on June 25th of 2002. What this is basically a collection what this is basically a DVD chronicling the release of Open, which was I believe released in 2000. It has a documentary, kind of like a road movie, kind of similar to Neil Young's Neil Young's Muddy Track, except that the Cowboy Junkies documentary is a documentary in music with shots of, I believe, cities that they visited, or the cities that they played on the tour, set to music. One song in particular is a Townes Van Zandt song that kind of opens the documentary. The other portions of the DVD include a acoustic performance by Margot and Michael Timmons at a temple, I believe, at a church somewhere. They do acoustic renditions of Misguided Angel, one of my favorites, the Anniversary song, which we touched on in the best of review on Monday. And Sun Comes Up, It's Tuesday Morning from Caution Horses, and they do a couple from Open as well. Hollow to the Bone, I think, and I'm So Open. And then there's also an interview segment as part of the DVD, with Margot and Michael talking about the Open record, as well as playing a couple songs. But the cream of the crop for me is a portion, and I'm not sure if it's the whole show. I suspect not, but it's a portion of their performance at the Summerfest in Quebec, Canada, in 2001. They do Lay Me Down. They do part of the trilogy of songs, or they do they recorded a trilogy of songs. One song was on Lay Me Down, and one song was on Open, and they do two of those. One song is called Bee's Song, and the other is called Dragon Hooks. And then they close with, and then they also do Blue Moon Revisited from Trinity, and they close with, again, my favorite, one of my favorite Cowboy Junkies songs, the Anniversary song. One thing that I noticed about um, one thing I noticed about um, the open record, and I know we're probably not going to review this, but I review the record. But I wanted to say this. One thing I noticed about the open record is that their sound um, is starting to get a lot harder. You know, they're starting to rock a little more, especially on the open record, and you can hear shades of it on Black Eyed Man as well, which we will talk about when we review the Black Eyed Man record. Um, but you can hear shades of it, or a preview of it on Black Eyed Man, because they do songs like "Murder Tonight" in the Trailer Park and all that stuff. So they've got a harder edge sound on open and stuff, and but it's still mellow. Oh, one thing I also wanted to mention, they do a song called Bread and Wine that is one of my favorites too, from the open record. And and there's a there's a there's a CD that's as part of the combo pack, which I believe is just songs. It may be the Summerfest performance in full, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look. But there's the CD contains more songs that they did on the road or at Summerfest, like Witches and some stuff from either Caution Horses or Trinity. So I hope you enjoy this, and it came out on June 25th of 2002. I give this 5 stars. Shot and produced by Edinburgh. Audio and video provided by WeVideo and the YouTube Music Library. Screen recording taken from Wikipedia. Photo provided by Google Images. Achieved using iPicky.com.